the whole time. So what I will say is find out what you have to do to prepare yourself to be calm. Like when people get reactions out of you, when people get reactions out of you for everything, they know if they do something that you gonna react or you gonna respond, they're gonna keep doing things and keep doing things because they know you're gonna give them what they want. They know you're gonna respond.
Martell Holt was shocked to learn that Melody was pregnant. He can't hold himself back. You're not ready for this one, all right? Melody's show is rumored to be expecting a child. Martell Holt isn't doing well with it, to put it nicely. Let's take a little look back. Melody and Martell had recently been getting along great. Here, Martell even gave Melody roses. In some recent interviews, she is a great mother. We're not used to him saying that, especially after everything they've been through, and it has been a lot, as you are all aware. Custody conflicts, adultery, and divorce. The truth that he was finally exhibiting some regards surprised the fans, and the fauna naturally started to conjecture. It was so calm before the storm that everyone seemed to be holding their breath, waiting for the other shoe to drop. And since whispers started to spread right when it seemed like everything was peaceful, you already know that peace doesn't stay if you've followed love and marriage, Huntsville long enough. The juicy portion starts at this point. Melody unexpectedly starts to be linked to Harper. Not someone who typically makes gossip headlines either. At first they brushed it off. Harper and Melody simply didn't sound genuine. After all, he has been linked to Michelle Obama in the past. He's really silent. But then the internet started to make the connections. Hill started liking several of Melody's posts, as anyone could see. A few reciprocal followers showed up. Then, someone claimed to have been seen at the same event, but there were no pictures to back it up. Still, that was enough to get the gossip going. Others then remarked, well, maybe they're just friends. 4. There was a pregnancy rumor. That's what really drove everyone insane. Melody might be pregnant, and the baby's father is Harper. And they were talking about it. Screenshots started to show up. Reports state that Melody was seen out in less fitted attire than usual. One fan claimed to have seen her at a wellness facility. That's when Martell lost it. Sources claim that during the filming of Love and Marriage Huntsville, Martell completely lost it. Not for the cameras in the background was completed. It seems that one of the producers made an effort to soothe him, but he wasn't trying to listen. He is said to have said she wants the world to think I'm replaceable at one point. You know, that line wasn't only about jealousy. It sounded personal, it seemed to cut deep. There were multiple men involved. Melody had to let go. Not just with another person, but with a decent person who is not burdened by Martell's obligations. Fans who heard about the outburst said sounded like he was realizing that he had lost her and regretting it, and lost the story along with her. Melody had been focused, silent, and had kept her head down. Meanwhile, it's clear that Martell is losing ground. And while Martell was over here going crazy, guess who decided to speak up?
That you're trying to grow, if you're saying, oh, I'm trying to be so much better, if you're saying, oh, I wanted to get in a better place and have peace, do that.
Let's begin to the rumors. During a recent conversation on parenting and black male leadership, he was specifically asked by an audience member about the pregnancy rumors and the purported relationship with Melody Sherry. You would think someone would be taken aback by such a question, yet Hill remained calm the entire time. No eye rolls, no dodging, just calm, composed, and direct. He said, "We are not in a relationship, and there is no pregnancy." Then they raised their eyebrows at what he said. "I have nothing but respect for Melody," he said, accomplishing amazing feats. But that was all. Just be mindful of a distinct line drawn in the sand. No flirting, no, we'll wait and see. It's what caught my attention the most. Hill made it apparent he didn't want to get sucked into reality TV's turmoil. He didn't name anyone, but when he remarked, "I keep my personal life private and out of the blogs for a reason," fans deduced something. It was obvious that he didn't want to be a part of the chaos around the Martell music. That one quote effectively ended it all. Or at least that was the intention. Now, fans said, all right, wait a minute. Was this just rumors? Is that a wildly inflated misunderstanding? Or was there someone out here? And this is where Melody comes in. Because she didn't say anything when Hill came out and said, Melody, to end it all. She did what she always does when things get messy, rather than clearing the air. She became evasive. On Instagram, she started sharing captions that left everyone perplexed. One such statement is, "New beginnings are lovely. At all costs, maintain the peace. Everything happens for a reason." One post featured 3 emojis: a flower, a white heart, and a baby bottle. Just vibrations with no background or caption. Additionally, the pictures are lovely, with subtle lighting, a lot of glitz, and well-placed postures. Either something was conveniently cropped or the camera was angled perfectly. Fans observed that the abdomen was never fully visible. Would notice the loose-fitting attire, the baggy jackets, and the hand positions that coincidentally concealed her tummy. Naturally, supporters poured into the comments. Person commented saying she's been glowing in a different way. Martell will go crazy if this turns out to be the case. She is also enjoying her best life and is expecting a child from a real man. Melody, however, said nothing. The internet noticed something else, as everyone was still attempting to crack her Instagram like it was the Da Vinci Code. One morning, an odd tweet appeared. Someone said they spotted Melody at an Atlanta clinic. The tweet read, "Just saw Melody Sherry at the wellness clinic with some fine mystery man." Here's the problem though. It was quickly removed, but not prior to it beginning to circulate. Then the hazy images appeared. You know, the ones that were taken from a great distance, are of poor quality, yet are sufficiently obvious to provoke discussion. One of them shows a woman who could be Melody entering a building with a man wearing a hoodie and sunglasses. Some folks zoomed in and swore it looked like Hill. Some believed it to be Martell. A few said it was someone entirely new. And right, when people started calming down again, Martell made his next move.
Too much going on, I got too much I'm doing. I can talk to you and give you some advice, but you gotta want to do it. I can't spend a whole lot of time talking if you ain't trying to grow. You ain't trying to grow, you ain't trying to evolve. I can't even spend a whole lot of time talking to you. And you do opposite of what I say, or you ain't listening, and that's just, I've had that situation multiple times in life. And it's like the person has to want to grow and be better and do better. And my hope, what I want for all of us.
Let's discuss Martell Holt's highly dubious Instagram behavior, because though he may not have stated anything outright, that cryptic message says it all. Suddenly, Martell posts to his Instagram story, "Certain wounds never go away, particularly when falsehoods reignite them." Now, everyone who was watching this drama play out knew exactly who that was directed at. There was no clearer indication of the timing. The pregnancy rumors were already heating up. Melody was out here remaining silent, but making extremely strategic moves after Harper had just publicly shut everything down. Thus, when fans immediately thought Martell was making fun of Melody when he shared the message. Within an hour, he even removed the post. However, as we are well aware, that is no longer relevant. People were prepared. Almost instantly, screenshots appeared on blogs, and the topic of discussion changed from whether Melody was pregnant to why Martell was pressured. Many admirers think he felt set up, as if Melody knew what she was doing by remaining silent and allowing the stories to circulate. Martell, before he knows how the internet works, the public's sympathy would drastically change if they believed Melody had gone on and become pregnant by someone else, away from him, and he is aware of it. So that post, "Wounds Reopened by Lies," felt like a knee-jerk reaction. It reads as though a man has been caught off guard by something he didn't anticipate, and he feels ashamed and excluded. It's made even clearer by the speed at which he erased it. There was no plan, it was sentimental. A flash of remorse or jealousy that briefly appeared before he grabbed it back. And that gets us to the crux of the matter. Is control or love at stake here? That's the question fans keep asking. Some claim that Martell is merely a broken man who never recovered after Melody's loss. They believe that he is still in love, and that every small post, awkward interview, and tearful moment is evidence that he longs to be with his family again. However, the opposing viewpoint of the fan base is completely different. They claim it's power, ego, and not love. Control sliding out of his grasp is the issue. Since Melody has been developing subtly, let's face it, she has maintained her reputation without disclosing personal information. Without making Martell the center of every story, she has been rebranding, leveling up, and continuing on her journey. That's strength. You are in charge of the story. Martell's responses, meanwhile, have been passionate, disorganized, and reactionary. He's responding to her story rather than directing it. And that's a difficult change for a man who used to seem to have all the cards. It seems as though the roles are reversed. A Melody is in charge, and Martell is aware that he is lagging behind. One thing is certain, regardless of whether this whole situation is genuine. The result of fan speculation or staged drama for love and marriage, the public game is being won by Melody. Additionally, Martell appears to be someone who is unable to follow the play. But what are your thoughts? Is Melody using soft glam deception to trot the internet? And is she indeed pregnant? How was it? All a masterclass in social media. Was Martell's post sincere, or was he attempting to hide from the cameras? Let us discuss in the comments section. If you're as invested in this tea as we are, hit that like. And if there's one thing we can be certain of, it's not over yet. So be sure to subscribe.